What's going on, everybody? We got Todd in the Shadows, Train Records, Kid Rock's bad reputation. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I've ever went out of my way to listen to Kid Rock. I've heard who he is. I don't think I've ever listened to a song. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I've heard of one of his songs one time. But yeah, I've never. I mean, yeah, I've heard of him. I've heard of Kid Rock. I've never really interacted with his media or anything that he's ever done. So yeah, we're gonna find out who this guy is and see why. Oh, and I'm frozen. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, will we ever unfreeze? That is the question. Anyway, like I was saying, we're gonna find out what happened to Kid Rock and how did this train derail and crash. Yeah. Oh, also, if you're wondering why I got this cast, I had a ganglion cyst. They had to do surgery on me. They had to take out the ganglion cyst from my wrist. I'm all good now. What else? Oh, the meal. I got cold pizza, cold Domino's pizza. I'm gonna be dipping it in some garlic sauce, and we also got this little Powerade Zero, blueberry, mixed berry, whatever it's freaking called. All right, let's stop stalling. Let's actually get into the video. Let's go.
So, Kid Rock is obviously one of the most important artists alive.
Is he?
My deep, dark secret is that I never really had a problem with Kid Rock for most of his career. I still like Ba Wah Da Ba and Cowboy as much as I did when I was a kid.
So, I know nothing about Kid Rock, but, I mean, obviously he's rock, you know? He's John's rock. So, what was his, his prime? You know what I mean? What was, the date of his prime? I mean, he might explain it. Todd might explain it. But, is this, 2000s? I think it looks 2000s. This video looks 2000s. Maybe 2000s, maybe late 90s or something. I'm not sure.
And All Summer Long, mostly unobjectionable. Him rhyming things with things doesn't really bother me.
We were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things.
And while his music was dumb as hell and I didn't go out of my way to listen to him, I did kind of see someone I related to underneath all the bluster and pimp outfits. A giant rock and roll nerd who liked all the same music I liked.
I like AC/DC and ZZ Top. We'll see Fist Beasties and the Kings on rock.
And this has been almost entirely forgotten, but for the most part, he was also completely uncontroversial compared to his much angrier compatriots. The only things he ever got shit for was the occasional gross comment about women and a fondness for the Confederate flag, both of which he more or less got away with for a long time.
I like stars and bars, but I ain't no Nazi.
Otherwise, Kid Rock was a firmly mainstream character, and every time
you
wanted someone to pay tribute to a legend, he was always your guy.
Okay, but also, why do I never hear of him anymore? I mean, I feel like if you ask, I mean, I'm an average 17-year-old. I don't know who Kid Rock is. Does the average 17-year-old know who Kid Rock is? Maybe I'm just completely out of the loop. Maybe, bro, this album had to have been so bad that, he just completely was erased in everyone's conscious. There's no way that I don't know who this guy is, because, it seems like the way Todd's saying it, he was absolutely huge.
In a better world, Kid Rock is the keeper of the flame of classic rock, and at worst would be a guy who shows up with the other traditionalists at the Grammys every now and then. And as I write this, with country music going through another commercial boom period, it is not hard for me to imagine Kid Rock as a beloved elder statesman of music, because if you actually listen to the things that white people listen to, you will hear Kid Rock's blend of new metal, classic rock, and old school hip hop all over it. Not saying that's good or bad, but it is what it is. So me saying he's one of the most important artists alive,
it is mostly
that's
bad.
Probably me overselling it, but he is surprisingly
okay, he's overselling it,
or at least very ahead of his time. This should be a time for a victory lap for Kid Rock. But that is, of course, not the world we live in.
So don't tell me who's wrong and right when liberty starts slipping away.
In the 2010s, Kid Rock became more and more openly conservative and involved in Republican politics. This is another thing he mostly got away with. Like, I'm not trying to be out here like, oh, Republicans used to be so decent, but there is a difference between supporting Mitt Romney in 2012 versus what would come after.
You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me.
Oh,
Kid Rock
shit.
was one of the first celebrities to jump on the Donald Trump bandwagon in 2016 and has been one of his biggest boosters to this day. And this was finally a bridge too far. This became his entire identity, and it's made him basically a pariah among polite company. No more invites to industry events, no more connections to the wider world of music except with the hardcore MAGA hat crowd. Still, for the most part, his actual music had not really reflected his newfound political life. Not until, about a year after his buddy Trump left office, when it finally caught up to his music too.
Fuck all you hoes!
Here we go.
What the hell?
Bawid MAGA. Is that anything?
So what the fuck's up with all the backlash? You snowflakes, here's a new
Oh my gosh. This oh my god, this video just screams fucking boomer, bro. I'm sorry. Or at least Gen X, bro. When was this made? Was this 2020 or 2021?
And there,
Why does it look like this?
Kid Rock finally reaches his final form. And with his 2022 album Bad Reputation, he let it be known that he's had it with you woke snowflakes with your participation trophies and your social media or whatever. Like, I don't know how much chance there was for a Kid Rock comeback before this, but this was the final nail in the coffin. This video spread like wildfire over the internet, and once and for all, Kid Rock became not just a disagreeable loudmouth, but a complete laughingstock.
What the fuck?
The devil without a cause finds his cause, and causes a lot of unintentional laughter. This is Train Records.
My right ear really enjoys this.
4 years later, and working folks are just hoping to have a little change left over.
Was it Goebbels who said, tell a lie 1,000 times becomes the truth?
Fucking suck it, commie.
The fuck is this?
We have some breaking news. 26 Marines were killed in vicious fighting today outside Jalalabad. This marks the tragic milestone of 2,000 soldiers killed in Afghanistan.
Amen. Amen. To freedom.
To freedom.
What the fuck am I watching? This is a short film Kid Rock made with Sean Penn in 2012 called Americans, about how we all need to come together as Americans. Look, he's pro-gay marriage.
Okay.
He's no homoing his way through it a little, but you know, that's a pretty far cry from 10 years later when he was shooting at Bud Light because a trans person held up a can once. How did a guy who has performed with Chuck D wind up attached to Donald Trump, a guy who even Kid Rock seems to know that he's smarter than?
What do you think we should do about North Korea? I'm like, what?
It's something I've always kind of wondered about, especially since, despite being all in on
Jesus
the
Christ.
former president, future president, hope not, vote kids. Despite that, he seemed pretty reserved
Hey, I can't
about
vote yet, so
endorsing any of the things
unfortunate.
that Trump actually says. What is this guy's deal? Well, a couple of months ago, there was a very interesting
Hey, if I was allowed to vote,
Stone trying
guys,
to figure that out exactly.
I'm officially
And in
endorsing
one revealing
Brent
moment,
Peterson.
Kid Rock himself admits that he hates
Go
when
out
people
and
go
vote.
on
Brent
about
Peterson, guys, come
politics. And then he'll remember that he is, in fact, Kid Rock and get embarrassed. Well, we got common ground already, kid. I also hate that I talk about politics all the time now, and I'm sure that many of you hate that about me, too. I mean, I'm supposed to be here to talk about the music, man. Like, why do you have to shoehorn politics into it? This is supposed to be about career-ending albums, right? Kid Rock's career was over long.
I mean, it doesn't really bother me
because
because most of it I agree
Bush
with.
administration. Okay, well, funny thing about that. One thing you have to keep in mind, or one thing I have to keep in mind because I'm not good about this.
What the hell?
careers
We got,
don't
like,
end
thousands
just
of
because you
people. What
stop
the hell?
noticing them. Maybe Kid Rock hasn't had like a hit song on the radio in a while, but his albums did still sell comparatively. You can look at what his albums were doing in the 2010s, top 10
Not bad.
debuts for all of them. This album that you've never heard of debuted at number 2. Like, Like, maybe album sales don't mean as much as they used to, and it surely didn't have any legs, but still, number 2, this man still had a decently loyal fan base. And then we get to 2022. How well did that do?
Oh, this is 2022?
Yeah, 12. For comparison, Paula by Robin Thicke, which is a historic flop, still hit number 9.
Damn!
You can sell records out the trunk of your car and hit the top 10 these days. Granted, we are pretty deep into his career, so if you're grading on an old person curve, you could say 12 is still pretty good, but still, you gotta compare it to his... Oh, actually, hold on a second. I think I fucked up that screenway. Sorry, Adobe Premiere is complicated.
122?
There we
Oh
go.
my god!
124? Yeah, 124. And to be clear, it didn't debut at 124. It
What?
debuted at nothing and crawled its way up to 124. That can't be real, but it
Did it?
is. How did he debut
I might be
at
mistaken,
number
but
2
didn't,
with a
like,
record I've
Addison
never
Rae chart
heard of,
higher this year?
And then less than 7
Wait, no,
years
it was
later,
like-
drop 122 spots.
What was it? I
I've
forgot what it
definitely
was.
heard at least one song from this.
Fuck all you hoes!
I love how bad it sounds.
Okay, wait, I know what that is. Wait a minute.
Cheapest
I know what that is. I know, that's the Brad Taste soundboard. Haha,
I
funny.
love how bad it sounds immediately. Cheapest preset on the keyboard. Might as well just do mouth kazoo.
Detroit till I die, motherfucker!
So, in late 2021, Kid Rock attracted attention for his music for the first time in years with his viral smash, Don't Tell Me How to Live.
I never heard of that.
And he's got thoughts about you whiny
I mean, I've heard that soundbite before, but I've never like heard of this song.
millennials.
Kiss my ass and you can suck a dick sideways, my way or the highway. Listen up.
Yeah, what's up with these kids and their participation trophies?
Years ago, we all thought it was a joke. See that every kid got a motherfucking trophy.
And all these newfangled cellular phones. This is a collaboration with the band Monster Truck.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live.
I've never heard of them, but they sound like a 90s Adam Sandler character. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. What would I do? And of course he drapes the American flag on everything. I wonder what Monster Truck feels about that since they're Canadian. I mean, if Kid Rock can be a Confederate flag waver from Michigan, they can fly the Stars and Stripes, I guess. Now, obviously, cards
Hey, as long as Tom McDonald is still out there.
on the table here. I think
That's
the
all I'm
fact that
saying.
This is a MAGA anthem at all is hilarious on its own.
A nation of pussies is our next generation.
Spewing MAGA shit is like walking around with your pants on backwards as far as I'm concerned. Like, please learn to be embarrassed about yourself, man, because if you won't, I'll happily do it for you.
I'll get the bottom of my motherfucking shoe.
This video feels like it was created for internet comedians like myself to score easy points off of, and I'm certainly not above that.
This amendment one, it rings true. And if you don't dissent, bitch, then see number 2.
Oh, I'm seeing some number 2, alright. But I'm sure Kid Rock would say that. He's trying to piss me off, so obviously he succeeded. That's why I brought up the album sales first, because I want to be clear. This did not succeed. Like, I guess he expected his audience to eat this shit up and just clap like seals because he says all the magic words like participation trophies and fake news. In fact, the album has a snowflake advisory warning on it. Only by a miracle is this album not called trigger warning. Now, if you look at the number of views, this is actually pretty good. But you can tell who's watching this by looking at the YouTube comments, all of which are dunking on it.
Kid Rock is an artist that stops at nothing and then stays there. Kid Rock, the above ground swimming pool of music. Real life how Weird Al got Macaulay Culkin. Oh my god. I cannot fucking read. To play Kid Rock, this video superior casting right there.
Like, speaking as someone who knows, the YouTube comment algorithm exists to protect my feelings. If I glance through my videos and see even a single negative comment, I have deeply fucked up. So, this was a viral hit in the same way as Star Wars Kid.
Bro,
Only you don't have to feel bad.
Bro, even songs that are like known to be bad, like there's always like the positive comments at the top. That's how it is for most music videos. Like when you really think about it, like there are some songs that people really don't like, but like you also forget that there's like a majority of people who also do like the song. So like when you go to like a certain music video where people are very mixed on it, you're gonna see mostly positive comments because that's
for laughing at.
That's what most people
But I
are
think the
doing.
bigger point is that
That
Kid
most
Rock's
people who like the
politics
song are gonna
bizarre because
comment
Kid
and
Rock
like on
shouldn't
it.
have any political beliefs in any direction. Kid Rock isn't deep enough to have politics. Kid Rock is supposed to be about the good times, and this song radiates bitterness and misery.
You're like Mayberry, bitch. I'm hard and crisp.
Kid Rock is hard and crisp, like fresh apples. Like, what are we talking about?
I'm like Reverend Ron or David Lee Roth. Like Springsteen, bitch. I'm the motherfucking boss.
Disregarding the fact that Kid Rock thinks he's Springsteen, which, buddy, no. But like, even when I liked Kid Rock, I didn't like how much Kid Rock liked Kid Rock. All this, I'm an American badass, it worked for one album, where he was still kind of loose and funny. And after that, he was always trying too hard to recapture it. Like, all three of these artists that he mentions, Run DMC, David Lee Roth, Springsteen, all of them seemed like they were having a good time. Like, I'm sure David Lee Roth is a bitter dick in real life too, but he doesn't stop in the middle of the song to be like, you gotta jump and fuck cancel culture. Well, that was how Kid Rock ended 2021. He would start 2022 with a full album, the one that tanked so spectacularly. And judging by the number of streams, the lead single is actually not the biggest. The biggest was actually the second single called We the People.
We the people.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you.
Look, I'm not John Oliver here.
Do you guys think the album would have done better if he was able to advertise it on Elon's Twitter? Because like this was like 2022, right? So I think Elon was kind of on the cusp of buying Twitter. But like if let's be honest, guys, if this came out now, it would probably get the Elon Musk tick of approval, and people would probably be talking about it more than it was back
I don't
then.
really like debunking the songs I review. I mostly save that for fraudulent content creators. But unlike the first song, which is just a rant about snowflakes, Kid does get a lot more detailed about his politics in this one, so preaching is going to be a little unavoidable here, starting right with the title. Like the idea that Kid Rock is the voice of the people versus, you know, everyone else who are not people.
Fuck Biden.
Fuck you. You lost. I'm the voice of the people. And remember Let's Go, Brandon? That was a thing. It's funny for half a second until it got beaten into the fucking ground. I mean, that's at least a bipartisan thing. We ruin jokes too. Anyway, the whole fuck Joe Biden thing is so weird to me. Like, he's still president as of me recording this, but these last few years already feel like ancient history. Like, imagine being angry at Joe Biden. It's like he wasn't ever even there. It's like it all didn't happen. Maybe I just don't have the imagination.
Like, especially right now, like, he feels like a ghost. Like, with the Kamala shit going on and stuff, like, with her running for president and stuff, like, it feels like Biden has just been absolutely, like, just put to the side. It's crazy. Like, it's like, I don't even see, like, any videos about it anymore.
In 2022, like, what were you even angry about? What did he do to you? I probably wouldn't have agreed with George H.W. Bush's policies either, but...
Bro, I thought that was
wouldn't be
Walter
out, like,
White.
marching in the
What
street.
the hell?
Like, who could get angry about someone that boring?
Man, fuck Fauci.
Oh, right, the lockdowns. Like, okay, try and remember who that started under. Boy, this shit, man. I don't even have strong feelings about Anthony Fauci, but, like, anyone who's angry at that guy is just a giant piece of shit. I'm sorry that Anthony Fauci told you to wash your fucking hands, you fucking babies. I'm sorry a mask was such a goddamn imposition.
Piece of shit. I don't see color. Black lives matter. No shit, motherfucker.
Right. Okay. So one of Kid Rock's most cherished beliefs about himself is that he is not racist.
I love black people.
There are two kinds of conservatives. The stop calling me racist conservatives like Kid Rock, and the I am extremely racist and will tell you so proudly conservative. And it drives me crazy how the one will pretend the other doesn't exist. Because
Go on Twitter for that,
it's
folks.
not like a small fringe. It's Trump's entire thing.
Fuck.
Like, so hearing Kid
Like, really,
Rock be
like, seeing this shit makes me
"Black
realize
Lives
how
Matter is so
fucked Twitter is
unnecessary."
nowadays,
Everyone
bro.
agrees,
It's actually
don't
just
they?
so sad.
No, they don't. Or this part.
But COVID's near. It's coming to town. We gotta act quick. Shut our borders down. Joe Biden does. The media embraces. Big Dot does it and they call him racist.
You know, I'm trying to be as fair as I can. I'm not trying to make apologies for Biden. I'm not super educated on his border policy, so maybe you can make a case for hypocrisy. But if I can defend my side a little, I would say that Donald Trump got called racist for his border policy because he said a lot of really racist things while he was doing it.
They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
Like he would say explicitly, I'm targeting specific races because they are specifically bad. I want less of them. I want less Muslims and Latinos because they're all horrible criminals and they can't be trusted. Like maybe Kid was suffering from the same Trump amnesia that everyone seemed to have once he left office. I mean, I certainly didn't want to remember that time either, but it's crazy to be talking about this now, a week after this shit.
They're eating the dogs.
Oh my
people
God.
that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating...
It's true, guys. It's true.
Who could call that guy a racist? But I don't want to be up here lecturing about why this is wrong,
guys,
that is wrong.
We need to stop the
Fortunately, that was
people
like the only time
from
Kid says anything
making
substantial enough to make
the
me think how I answered it. The
transgender
rest is just
aliens come
completely
into our
racist
country,
and
guys.
pointless.
We need to stop it.
Fuck Twitter too.
Well, yeah,
Fuck TMZ.
Okay.
yes. I don't know.
I think he would like
expected
Twitter
anything
now.
You social media trolls, y'all can suck on these nuts.
I'm glad he clarified what D's meant. Could have been D's anything. Just this miserable exercise in bile. I mean, listen to this.
If you're down with love, you wanna make things better. All we gotta do is just come together.
Wait, what? Wait. Hold on. Come together?
Lamb aboard this love boat. We all bleed red, brother. Listen to me. It's time for love and unity.
Come together? You do know that Let's Go Brandon doesn't actually mean Let's Go Brandon, right? You literally shout out Kyle Rittenhouse in the video, even if you think that guy was 100% justified. He clearly does not represent peace and love. What's this supposed to mean? Come together or I'll shoot you? I think we need some recent historical context. Explicitly anti-woke music has existed before the last couple years.
No,
but
it's definitely
for the most
like-
part, it's been a curiously Biden-era phenomenon. Only after Trump left office did you see it start to have any real commercial impact.
True.
Am I the only one not brainwashed?
Only a few months before Kid Rock's MAGA play, another new metal turned country guy, Aaron Lewis, had a major career revival with his Red State anthem, Am I the Only One? Kid Rock surely saw that happen, and a lot of Kid Rock's friends think that his new turn was him just trying to revive his flagging career. Which makes sense to me. Certainly, he was not the only guy who tried to make a quick buck off of Let's Go Brandon. But those guys are grifters. Guys like Tom McDonald, Bryson Gray, they're panderers. I'm not saying they're secret lefties or anything, but they're in it for the money only. Now, on the other
100%.
hand, there are
It's
guys
crazy
like
how
Aaron
like
Lewis or
conservatives
Jason
cannot
Aldean
like see
who are-
that shit. Like, bro, the amount of grifting that goes on, like, is genuinely like just so crazy.
actual
I don't get how
members.
like so
Well,
many
I
people don't
respect
like
that
see
either.
through
You
it.
can at least tell they're being honest. It's not a
Hell, I
gimmick
mean,
they
bro,
put on to sell
I'm fucking
records.
broke. Maybe I should start
I'm not
grifting.
sure where Kid Rock
Hey.
is, though. Like, he's not the only guy who's gone down the rabbit hole as he got older. And fair warning,
White
I myself
boy
got
of
3 years
the
at most
year.
before I lose my mind like the Dilbert guy. So, prepare yourself emotionally for that. But something about Kid Rock doesn't really feel like a true believer. Let's Go Brandon, like the Bud Light stunts, they're just obviously phony. He admits in Rolling Stone that he doesn't actually have anything against trans people, and he's insistent that he hates Nazis. But it doesn't feel right to call him a pure MAGA-exploitation mercenary either, because I guess there's something a little too naked about him. There's something emotional there that I can't quite put my finger on. What is his deal? Well, let's see if his next song, My Kind of Country, tells us anything.
My kind of country has a Trump and a JFK.
That's fire.
An NAACP and an NRA.
What are this man's politics? What do you mean you like JFK and Trump? You like presidents who cheat on their wives? I'm sorry, this is the kind of thing that drives me insane. You are literally just riding a rocket ship shaped like a middle finger and telling all the haters and losers on the left to eat your boot. Fuck the media, fuck millennials, fuck everybody. Why can't we be friends? Like, I have always been astounded by right-wingers' ability to delude themselves about Donald Trump and what he thinks, but you should at least know what you think. This is what you think. And for the record, he was not the only person singing about coming together.
We can all believe what we believe.
Like, there were a lot of other country songs after Biden's election talking about this, like in some kind of vain hope that the whole ugliness of the Trump years was behind us.
Let the good Lord reunite us to this country that loves undivided.
Like, we're all gonna join hands and sing Kumbaya and so on. And I'll be fair, I thought those were bullshit.
Kumbaya, my
Do I
lord.
think we need to come together? Yes. You should come together with me. Yes, we have to stop being so divided.
Yeah.
Because you keep dividing us.
We will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin.
I don't think this is a bipartisan problem. Like, I know what it sounds like, but that's the truth. I think the problem is you. And I can tell all these songs feel the same way, so I'm not buying this come together shit. Not from Tim McGraw, and certainly not from Kid Rock. You don't mean it. If you write 2 songs saying fuck all the Democrats and then be like, well, we need to tone down the rhetoric, that's not you extending a hand across the aisle. That's you telling
actually
your critics
true.
that they need to shut the fuck up. No, you shut the fuck up. The funny thing is that after that wild beginning, he just drops politics entirely and starts singing about music he likes.
But he got a Biggie and a Sly and a Family Stone.
Jesus, the fucking name drops, man. Like, who do you think you are that you have the right to invoke Sly?
Yeah,
and
as long as
Family
it doesn't say
Stone?
John Mayer, we're good.
Oh my god, I just realized. He's trying to remake Everyday People. It's a direct reference. Incredible. How dare you?
That guy's hair. Is that real hair? No way. That's
Stone
crazy.
was an integrated all-gender band making a genuine plea for peace. They didn't release Everyday People after a song called Kill All the White People.
My kind of music give the people what they deserve.
Wow.
Deserve.
My kind of country sounds a lot like rock and roll.
Yeah, it sure does. Which explains why Kid Rock has never really been embraced by country music either. Like, it's funny that he's made permanent residence in Nashville and had crossover hits, and yet country music seems to never have really taken to him. It feels like if he targeted his country audience a little better, he could have done something there, but it didn't work either. Now, before we get any deeper into
Do you guys
this
think if
record, I
Morgan
should explain
Wallen
the
and
obvious reason
Kid
why
Rock
the
made a
album
song,
tanked
it would be a
hard,
hit?
which is that this is Kid Rock's first album on his own independent label, so he doesn't have access to all the dirty promotional tricks and ticket bundles that the majors do. But still, 124. The fucking Scorpions debuted in the top 50 that year. Tears for Fears in the top 10. Even by the low bar of legacy acts and explicitly right-wing music, this did terribly. Aaron Lewis's last album did better than that, and it's not even the one with the hit. Well, anyway, now we move away from explicit politics to the title track, Bad Reputation, which is just about
Big
as bad
reputation.
for party
Big
as it is
reputation.
real
Oh,
life
you
bad
and me, we
reputation
got
for being a
big
hateful dumbass.
reputation. Ah.
Reputation for a real good time.
Yeah, I think I've heard this one before.
Give me no lines and keep your hands to yourself.
It's not like that song was extremely original either. Now, this is just some southern boogie rock like you can hear on any fossil rock station across America. And you can also
Fossil
hear it on
rock
other cuts
station.
from this album, such as Rockin',
Rocking my life away.
or She's Your Baby, Now Rock Her.
She's your baby now, rock her, yeah.
Like, this is actually most of the album. And in fact, most of his last few albums. Now, a lot of associates say that they think his rightward turn is just him following his audience.
Reverend told me years ago, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated.
And if that's true, well, maybe he wouldn't have to chase this audience of deranged Facebook boomers if he'd kept up at all with anything new. Like, when he broke out in the 90s, he was still more or less in conversation with hip-hop, but at some point he gave that up and devoted his career to making that old-time rock and roll. And if I can quote an old AV Club review I remember, a Kid Rock that rocks out with his cock kept respectfully in his pants is no Kid Rock at all. Only recently has he tried to get some of his swagger back, and that's probably why it's all seemed kind of forced. Kid Rock's buddy Eminem has always been ambivalent about Slim Shady, and I think Kid Rock would also have retired the American badass persona if he could get anywhere without it, but he can't. Now, I support the idea of a Bruno Mars type revivalist for classic rock in theory, but Bruno doesn't just have nostalgia going for him, he also has tunes, he has energy. Kid Rock stopped having hits because for the most part, he just got kinda boring. Speaking of that old-time rock and roll, Kid Rock's idol Bob Seger makes it onto this album, in spirit at least. There's a song on here called Shakedown, which takes from the Seger song of the same name. Shakedown is Seger's final hit, his biggest hit, and in hindsight, his worst hit. It was a soundtrack single he recorded for hire. Seger fans mostly hate the song, and Seger himself does not seem to be fond of it either. But Kid Rock is not that discerning, so he remade it.
Yeah!
Now, you might notice that this sucks in a completely different way than the rest of the album sucks. It's the only song on here that sounds like it was made this millennium. That's probably because of the influence of the guy featuring on it.
Who the hell is this guy?
That guy is named Robert James. He looks
Got
like a
just
Key
some
and Peele
random dude
character,
off the
and
street.
He is in fact Kid Rock's son. God,
Oh.
must have been the black son of Confederate flag waver Kid Rock. Anyway, his nepo baby child is probably the only reason Kid Rock has even heard of trap beats, and I'm not a huge fan of the original Shakedown, but it's definitely better than this TikTok emo rap thing he's turned it into. This Robert James is trying to become the new Jaden, I guess. It's hilarious how dated this already is, by the way. Between this and Let's Go Brandon, I can pinpoint the exact month in 2021 this album was recorded. It's funny that Kid Rock started as a rapper because his lyrical skills have degraded terribly.
I'm gonna fight like a G, they all gonna see.
You're gonna fight like a Jeep? You sure you don't mean like a tank or something? You take a Jeep to
gonna
the
fight
beach.
like a Jeep.
So fly, you could call me the flyest. So high, you could call me your highness.
Like, this is all gibberish. He just has no ideas anymore. Like, he has a song here that's a tribute to dearly departed dead friends called, no joke, See You Again. No, not the very famous #1 hit song about the same subject with the same name. No, a much inferior Kid Rock version.
But I know one day I'll see you again.
I'd say that he
doesn't
deserves to
sound
go
bad.
right to title jail for this, but I'm fairly certain this is not a ripoff, because I'm sure that Kid Rock has never heard of that song because he hasn't listened to a rap song that came out since Biggie died.
True.
Meanwhile, here's a song about how that good old rock and roll just makes you feel good. Where he talks up Journey of all fucking bands.
I saw a Journey in the big Coliseum. No dancing, no lip syncing. I tell you this, don't fight the feeling. Don't stop believing.
No man has ever been this old. Like, I love Journey just as much as any of you guys, but are we seriously gonna hold up Journey, the poster band of corporate rock cheese, as the height of authenticity?
I tell you this, don't fight the feeling.
No man, fight this feeling with Speedwagon, not Journey.
She took me down to the Paradise City, then up on Cripple Creek.
Was that a fucking DJ scratch?
Why'd he do
How can
that?
you be like only rock matters and throw in a DJ scratch? The people you're pandering to think that rap is crap. Now, we have gone mostly without politics for about 10 songs here, but he does start to get a tiny bit political again towards the end. This one's called Cold Beer, and of all the songs, I think this one is the closest to what his actual politics are.
Ain't nothing on the TV but the signs of war. All the talk about global warming keeps on heating me up to the core. Just give me some cold beer.
Global warming? God, he just wants to grill, for God's sakes. Again, you realize that you are Kid Rock, right? If you want to hear less politics, stop performing at political conventions. But I think the most important song on here is not explicitly political, but I think it will tell you everything you need to know about Kid Rock's worldview. It is called The Nashville I Know.
There's a line at the door full of underage whores, and the bouncer lets 'em on by.
So this is Kid Rock complaining that Nashville, where he lives now, has become a city full of douchebags and assholes.
Baby, this ain't the Nashville I know.
Yeah, I think it's pretty annoying for a goddamn transplant to complain about this. Like, aren't you Detroit till you die, motherfucker? Move back if you don't like it. But, you know, Nashville is a showbiz town. Lots of people move there. And Kid Rock's definitely not the only person I've heard complaining about how the city has changed.
The girls girls think it's cool when the guys act like tools.
Over the last 10 years, Nashville has become Nash Vegas, the bachelorette
What is this
party.
iMovie trailer?
I was visiting my parents, and Nashville's not too far from there, so I made a day trip, and like, yeah, it did seem like kind of an obnoxious place. A lot of locals say it's become like spring break year-round. I don't know why that is, but from what I've read, a big reason why this happened is the rise of all these trendy celebrity branded bars that started popping up in the mid-2010s all over downtown. Bars like Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk rock and roll.
Oh my gosh!
Where you can buy Kid Rock merch, buy Kid Rock
Kid
drinks,
Rock
and
for
listen
mayor.
to the cover band play Kid Rock songs. So keep in mind when you hear him complaining about the town being full of douchebags,
if there was a John
you
Mayer,
are part of the problem.
if there was a John Mayer bar, I would go. I would go. I mean, I couldn't go technically, but like when I'm 21.
I can't see your roots.
Bro.
This is so stupid. I've lived most of my life in destination cities. If you don't like the touristy parts of town, then just don't go there. Find the good parts.
And the girls are all bitches.
And I'm sorry, man, but who are you to complain about underage girls?
are all
I thought that shit was
bitches.
mandatory.
These jerk-offs and metros. And
We're seriously talking about metros in 2022. Like, there was definitely a slur there originally that Kid Rock didn't have the guts to keep. You can just say it, man. Like, I'm not gonna think less of you than I already do. You're a 50-year-old man who uses the word fucktard.
some fucktard in France designed their new lizard skin boots.
And speaking of getting old, there is the album closer, 50.
Well, I guess I'm fucking 50. Some say I'm old as fuck.
Yes, Kid Rock wants you to know that even though he is firmly into middle age, he still rocks. He's not that old, damn it.
I guess I'm fucking 50.
He's 50.
I still love to dance. Yeah, it might be
Oh my god, this is sad.
50. Oh, God almighty, Bob.
Is that his like midlife crisis hitting or something? What was that?
I think I just shit my pants.
Funny. Kid, I wish the most embarrassing thing you did when you got older was shit your pants. But though Kid Rock does have it in him to be self-deprecating, we always come back to his main point. Kid Rock is still cool.
I might be fucking 50.
What's with all the F-bombs?
But I still
He's
don't
fucking
give
50. He's
a
not 50.
fuck.
He's fucking 50.
And no matter how old
He doesn't
gets,
give
he'll
any
still be
fucks.
cool. But it's very clear that he doesn't think he's cool anymore. He used to believe it, and now he doesn't. Like, I've often wondered why so many rappers in particular seem to like Trump, and I do think that part of it is just that he's a flashy billionaire who fucks porn stars and shits on a gold toilet. I think that's the attraction for Kid Rock, too. And that makes for an incredibly strange album.
People are
where he's
attracted to
riding
Kid
the
Rock?
middle finger rocket ship, and then he's like, well, but like, can't we
There
all
might be
get
some
along?
delusion there.
In the Rolling Stone interview, he kind of gives it all away. At points, he's trying to front like, oh, the madder you get, the better it is for me. But then there's parts where he's like, this sucks, and I'm never coming back from this. Or he'll spew the right-wing talking points, but not in a way that makes it seem like he's thought that hard about it or really cares that much. I don't know. Is he a true believer?
Why did that woman
Is
have
he a
like so
grifter?
much?
I don't think he's either. I think he's a wannabe. He spent his life idealizing and emulating the gritty authenticity of poor Southern trailer trash, even though he's not poor and he's not Southern. Again, I'm not saying that he's not conservative, but as far as I can tell, he likes Trump not because he's like this humongous hate monger deep down, but he just thinks being a big, loud jackass is actually really cool. But he doesn't actually want to be that guy. He just wants to sing his country songs and keep living like a rock star. But he's boxed himself into this path because the MAGA heads are desperate for any kind of celebrity, so it's the only thing that'll keep him in the news. If he had actually believed in making cranky Republican music, he would have done it before the 2020s. He doesn't really have the conviction of all those middle fingers, so he ends up speaking out both sides of his mouth.
You're not an asshole, Mark. You're just trying so hard to be.
Personally, I think that if you're trying to be an asshole, you are an asshole, but there's something sadder about it, right? The right-wing songs that have succeeded did so because they spoke to
this song hit number
actual
one, right? Oh
beliefs
my
and
god, that's
concerns.
crazy.
This failed because his only actual belief is that Kid Rock is cool. and that the mainstream media is fake because they tell you that Kid Rock isn't cool, and we should all come together as Americans to agree that Kid Rock is still cool. A liar would pander more successfully, and an honest man would be more relatable, but a poser just gains no respect.
Damn.
Now this album and their videos actually have a lot more streams than I expected, so maybe this is him getting what he wanted. But I still think it's fair to say that he lost more than he gained by it. Like, when was the last time you saw Kid Rock on anything except Trump-related stuff? When Eminem threw a tribute to Detroit music this year, the scene that Kid Rock has been one of the most vocal standard bearers for years, guess who was notably absent? Kid Rock has lost everything, and it's not just because of the politics. Because Jason Aldean is a big dumb Trump guy, Kanye loves Trump, and he said way worse shit than Kid Rock ever did. And for that matter, Eminem's reviving his shtick from 1999, and he's ranting about participation trophies, and he sounds just as old and decrepit as Kid Rock does. And yet, all of those guys, still topping the charts, still highly respected in their respective genres and industries. I'm not saying they all should be, but they are. How did they get away with it and not Kid Rock? Well, the obvious explanation is that, unlike Kanye or Eminem, Kid Rock wasn't ever any good. I mean, that hurts my teenage self to say, but like, to the extent that he was good, he wasn't good enough to be worth keeping tabs on as he reached middle age. He touches no part of anyone's childhood that they need preserved. Like, it would be very hard to cut Kanye from my soul. It was very easy to cut Kid Rock. This shit's just fucking sad. He just wanted to be liked, so he tied himself to the most unlikable man in America.
Damn.
Pathetic.
That's crazy. Wait. But wait, there's a sponsor for Nebula.
A while back, I did a one-hit Wonderland
Nebula?
video about the band Harvey Danger, and I happened to mention that the lead singer was also a music critic and probably a better one than I am. Well, he's about to be a better content creator than I am also. That guy is named Sean Nelson, and he has a new podcast,
On
The
Nebula.
Wonder of It All,
On Nebula.
about the blessings and curses
On Nebula.
of success, where he interviews all sorts of famous artists like John Hodgman or Adam Duritz from the Counting Crows about the ways their lives and careers were shaped by one conspicuous breakthrough moment, and how the experience changed their lives.
Wait.
Bad. It's kind of like my show, One Hit Wonderland, except I never had the guts to talk to any of those people in person. And you can check out this new podcast on Nebula.
Yeah! Nebula!
Big Joel, FD Signifier, and myself. It is the most exciting independent platform around right now. And you can get a lifetime
to
membership.
Nebula
For
right
literally
now.
just $300, you will never have to pay a single cent
$300
ever again to
I'm too
subscribe.
poor for that, but
Or as
hey,
long as both you
I know
and
my
Nebula
audience is pretty
exist
rich, so
on
you
this
guys can go
earth,
get
you're
that.
in. Or if you want to do just the regular monthly subscription, you can sign up with my link. Not only will you get access to the entire Nebula library, but you will get it for only $2.50 a month. And you'll
that's
also
actually
be
not
helping
bad.
me out specifically, which I would appreciate.
$2.75.
So click the link in the description and check it out below. Thank you and good night.
Big reputation. Ooh, you and me got a big reputation. Ooh. Shout out to all the patrons, guys. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting the GOAT. Yeah, interesting. Now it really makes me think. Like, you guys think that the music that Kid Rock did would have gone better now, like during like the campaign that's going on right now? Do you think it would have done better? I don't know. But hey, W video from Todd in the Shadows, guys. Go subscribe to Todd in the Shadows. Link in the description. Go follow me. Go follow him. Go follow him on Twitter. Everything. Go then follow me. Then subscribe to me. Then him. Then like the original video. Then go like all the Todd's original videos. Like, thank you for watching.